dismissed would be recalled and then posted to still do the same job for which they were dismissed. Okay, so at 5 o'clock, the news updates will come away, and after that, the whole issue about whether or not removing subsidy on electricity is the best thing for now. We'll get into it, okay? We'll have an expert explain better to us. A former chairman and CEO of the National Electricity Regulatory Commission, Dr. Mamadi. We're hoping to have him for that conversation to really look at the implications of even removing the subsidy, especially at this time, right? And then, but by that time, my question to you would be, if state governors or state governments, let's not just say governors, state governments should handle power generation and distribution. It's part of the recommendations that the Minister of Power actually raised. He said something about the state governors, state governments should now handle that. They generate and distribute so that the federal government wouldn't have to bear all of that. So at that time, that's the question I'll be asking you. All right, so basically that's the conversation for 5, and then we have a record program for 5:45. Okay, and then 6 o'clock we have the news, and that's major news. And after that news, I'll be back here for open season, where I get to hear from you again in case you missed out on the conversation, or if there's anything you did not remember today, you can actually come back to join the conversation at that time. All right, so that's it on the show today. So let's begin. Get on social media. We're live on Facebook. We're on X as well. Get on there and join the conversation. Nigeria Info 9.3 PH on Facebook, Nigeria Info PH on X, and Nigeria Info FM on the PH. That's for Instagram. Okay, looking at big stories for this afternoon. You get on Facebook, also drop comments, not just Facebook, or social platforms, and drop your comments on the conversations that you have in the course of this program, right? Even for the big stories, we'd like to read from you as well. Okay, and then you can send WhatsApp messages 0809 030 6416. All right, so for whatever reason, it seems the network is misbehaving. Okay, at least I know the stories I have there on my script. Okay, so this too here from the channel's website. Food inflation. I won't set price control board, says Tinubu. I'm very sure that you are in tune with the whole back and forth about food prices, right? And recently we had a court ordering the federal government to fix that. But the president says he will not set a price control board and that he won't approve the importation of food items. Let's start with the very first one. So President Bola Tinubu said he had no plan to set up a price control board or approve the importation of food items into Nigeria. But the president made the declaration at a meeting with the 36 state governors. And the Vice President Kashim Shettima, National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetoku, and some other persons, Director General of Departments of State Services, ministers, some of them were there for that meeting. So, with many protests breaking out in states across the Federation over high cost of living and food inflation, some people had advised the government to consider the importation of essential commodities like rice, flour, amongst others. And last Wednesday, a federal high court in Lagos ordered the federal government fix the price of goods and petroleum products within 7 days. And after 7 days, the president said he won't set up a price control board or approve the importation of food items, as his administration would use homegrown solutions to address the nation's food security challenges. Anyway, this was contained in a statement by his spokesman, Ajuri Lali. So that's that particular one. And the one next to it is no need for food importation. Nigeria can feed itself. Well, this time around, it is the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, closing this after that meeting they had yesterday. All right. So he said a decision has also been taken that in the interest of our country, there will be no need for food importation at this point. Nigeria has the potential to feed itself and even be a net exporter of food items to other countries. That's interesting. Alright, so he also said something about what the governors are planning to do though. They have agreed to join hands with Mr. President to deepen their own investment in the agricultural sector so that more food will be made available to Nigerians. Now when we hear these grammar, deepen their own investment, what does that mean? Anyway, he says of course these investments is not just in crop production, it is also in livestock development. All these is to ensure that food is available. Okay, so something else might be happening on Monday. Some people are making a threat, and this time around it's not for today notice to anybody. Alright, so that's tanker drivers. They're threatening to stop petrol lifting by Monday. Tanker drivers threaten to stop petrol lifting Monday. The Punch had that story. Of course, the other newspapers have got it as well. But I'm taking this from the Punch. Alright, so here's the story. Nigeria may witness another round of fuel scarcity as the Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners on Thursday vowed to stop lifting petroleum products beginning from next week Monday. What is the problem? They say it's due to the high cost of operations. So when we say high cost of living, it's not just for when you go to buy items in the market, right? So tanker drivers have threatened to stop petrol lifting by Monday. So brace yourselves for what is to come. Anyway, NATO members have repeatedly raised concern over the high cost of diesel required to power their trucks for the transportation of petroleum products across the country. And the oil marketers said on Thursday that diesel price is between 1,250 naira to 1,400 naira per liter, depending on the area of purchase. This is amazing, right? So by Monday, we shall see. Okay, the last one coming from Rivers State. Rivers State Police Command says it's still trailing gang leader David Okpara, aka Tubaba. Now, reading through that story, see that they mentioned that he is still wanted for the killing of Bako Angbashim. And then last week, we had the conversation about. Did I have that conversation? Okay, I didn't have the conversation. But then I remember that it was last week that Edison here and some other persons, Edison here was declared, is it at large or something? And some other guys were remanded in prison custody. And one of the charges against them is the killing of SP Bako Angbashim. But then, police still says it's this other guy that they got the eyes on. Oh well, maybe there's something we need to understand. But just to let you know what the story says, the Rivers State Police Command says it is still trailing gang leader David Okpara, popularly known as Tubaba, the prime suspect in the killing of 50 of them, a standing trial on 5 counts of conspiracy, causes among others, for the killing of late SP Bako Angbashim, while 5 other suspects also trial on the same murder charge at the Federal High Court in Abuja. But then the police says the prime suspect is still out. They're still trailing. Anyway, let's hear from you. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007. You can also send a message via WhatsApp to 0809 030 6416.
opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Okay, should I take the call myself? I was actually waiting for the call screener to take the calls. Let me start with messages while I get feedback on that. Good afternoon, Constance. Nigeria has the potential to feed itself. I agree. But does the politicians have the sincerity to manifest our dream of feeding ourselves? I disagree. They can only give us beautiful speeches, nice work, sweet words, but implementation is zero. Mike from Thai. Alright, so I've been given the go-ahead to take the calls. Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good afternoon to you, Constance.
Good afternoon, Mr. Zion. Go on, please.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
The Nigerian police, the River State chapter is very funny and so ridiculous. In this, their comment that Baba is still responsible for the kill of Abba Akoche. I thought good head said, alleged, even challenged that she knows the people that killed the DPO. She mentioned some names. Why can't the Nigerian police ask that lady, invite her to what are the names she called? They are still mentioning the Tuba. Tuba has came out of the radio station. He called, not the first thing to call, and said, I am not the one. If they are looking for Tuba for that crime-related matter, that is different. It's understandable. But that's associating Tuba to the killing of Ako and Bashing. And the lady came out unless challenge, she can go to court, face anybody, mention their names. Why can't the Nigerian police go to that lady and let them bring those people and prosecute them? Investigate them or whatever. See, all this shenanigans is not helping us. And this bringing to Baba into this thing now, it might provoke this guy to go beyond length. How many months they are looking for him, they have not caught him yet. They have not even seen him. And the same person is rolling in Port Harcourt too. Same to Baba is working in Port Harcourt.
So Mr. Zion, you know him?
I don't know him.
So how come you know he's been stolen?
Is he an alien? Does he disappear? Is he a wind? Is he not working? Is he not eating? Is he not eating? Why are we like this now?
Okay,
why
Mr.
are we
Zion
always avoiding those people? And the ones you all not avoid, we are disturbing. They also have been roping them and everything to the same ambassy. And the left get out.
All right, Mr. Zion. Thank you. Hello?
Hello, Madam Monriti especially.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Honorable
from Nkoro.
I want to plead with the police. Talking about Baba every day, and crime rate is getting worse in that state. They should please leave the matter alone and tackle the matter that is in River State. Let them go under those flyovers. The particular one in G-Line and Jaro Junction. My sister, if you go there for night, your life will be risky. People are suffering. Yeah, they are collecting people's phones. They even kill somebody at G-Line at G-Line flyover. One of my friends there now pursuing with his car. He cannot get the shoot the tire of the car and get to him, shot him dead. They should please tackle the matter and leave the matter alone. Please, thank you. God bless you. From you.
Thank you for calling, Ida. Hello.
Okay, Victor calling from Zoom.
All right, welcome, Victor. Go on, please.
Okay. I think this seat is a man that has a River State in his mind. If I listen to him and observe the way he's trying to restore the police in River State. But I have one problem. Police has been so compromising with politicians that the way they are doing it, I'm comfortable, especially with this ambushing to them. Look at building a whole DPO of the nation. Till now, they are playing politics and police are trying them to play politics. It's unfortunate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
The Commander Lutu, I'm calling from Bayelsa.
All right, go on.
Yes, I heard you saying court stop Abuja branch of the police of transferring those prisoners in their custody down to Abuja. I want to know if the incident happened in Abuja or it was in River State. all is about how they can aid this thing. That's why they are transferring this people to Abuja. So that tomorrow we will tell them to aid them. No matter what they do, they will not see. The person that killed that great person, I would have forest. That guy is coming out to the communities, taking money from the communities. They are busy accusing innocent because they want to tie down sin. We will never succeed. Never. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Hello.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Sam calling from D-Line.
All right, man. We're listening.
Yeah, let me dwell on the food importation. They are having a that they will have enough, we cannot import food.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have enough. Let me frank to them. Last year, there was flood in Korea, and this flood have damaged a lot of in the north. Not only the insecurity in the north have stopped some farmers to farm. So we need to fall back for importation so that the little produce they are the ones that will be able to reach everybody. If they say they have seen a lot of food here, we will suffer together. So this is what I have done for my own. Thank you and God bless you.
All right. Thank you for calling. Oh, well, reminds me now, it was last week as well that the president ordered that grains should be released from the national reserves. I think they have them in parts of the country. I think the 6 geopolitical zones or so. So if you're saying that flood did Nigeria have where food is stored, I'm just bringing that up, just so that you would know that there's something like that. But the federal government, the people in power, the people who actually see things from that level, they're saying we have enough. They say we can feed ourselves. Nigeria can feed itself. That's what they said. There's no need for food importation. Anyway, this was part of the resolutions reached during the meeting had the 36 state governors. All right. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, Davodi.
This is Constance Mega. Good afternoon. What's your name? Okay, go on.
Nigeria can feed yourself.
Nigeria can feed itself. I can't hear the question.
The President Mohamed Tinubu and these governors are not seeing how people are yelling, wallowing in poverty and cry of shortage of food and hunger. If the people can feed themselves, we then continue calling out for crying for help. I think they should get Nigerians and look for a way to change and bring a good economy that will protect the price and skyrocketing of things in market. Further, this issue of David Okpara, they are now politicizing it. My good health mentioned names of people here in Rivers State. I expecting the people and the community of all those people. The woman said the other should fight here. She have evidence. I'm going to
Thank you very much for calling. Let's get to the messages see here on Facebook. A couple of them now. All right. This one says dismissed for conscience. Joe. Conscience says dismissing airing officers. This is for later. Come on. Anyway, the advocate says, good day, presenter. Government of Nigeria is abdicating from their basic responsibilities to citizens, but holding tight to taxing and exploiting resources. Government came about to provide safe landing for citizens in the form of providing subsidy as okay. You can actually try punctuation, when you're typing, put a comma here and there, it's gonna help you and I, so I can read it well. Thank you. Odun Yebuchi says inflation is the best now. All we need is price control. Okay. Confidence Lebedim from Ozuzu Eche on WhatsApp says the problem Nigerians are facing is the inexperience of the president and maladministration of his cabinet. Okay. Good afternoon. They were dipping homegrown food, really. They know this and then waited. Now the situation has gotten worse. Story of Ruth and her daughters-in-law in the Bible is what Nigerians are facing in the administration. When will they start planting? When will the plants grow? And when will they be matured for consumption? Can I just wait? People are starving. Is people still campaigning? I will. If they don't know how to fix this country, they should resign. But that's from Lady V. Alright, Lady V. Show conscience from Issue Post. Good afternoon, Constance. Please, can you tell me any state in Nigeria that is into mechanized agriculture? I believe the answer is none. This nation can only feed and be food sufficient when we practice mechanized farming. Outside mechanized farming, Nigeria will continue to struggle in terms of hunger and food sufficiency. Perhaps I can't tell you if any state that's practicing that because I know. So I don't know what they do in the north, especially in those parts, but they hold those their rice pyramids. I just usually wonder how they are able to get up to that amount or that level of the number of bags of rice that they mount up like that. Although I've heard some people say that they're not rice, so but I don't know how true that is, right? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. What's your name? That's not your name. All right, please also call back. Thank you. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0003. And for WhatsApp messages, I'll take them. Send them to 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Chinasa from Ada East, welcome. Hello, Chinasa, you're on air.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Go on, please.
Yeah, I want to comment Nigerian computers that are according to the Nigerian, the political class, and Nigerian computers. Quite alright, Nigerian computers, but is there anything in the world that is self-sufficient? The United States, the biggest economy in the world, so they also import grain from other countries. Is it? So if Nigeria computers have not block everywhere, and the tools are not there, but everything, people can tell how will the people suffer? The political class, they don't know because they don't we spend money to provide everything for them. For example, like because some of your Nigerians suffering, they will not be saying us bullshit.
Language is in the chain. Good afternoon. Go on, please.
Say our leaders are coming. Also, do recall that about 2 weeks or thereabout, when the president, His Excellency Ahmed Bola Tinubu, came back from his personal visit to France, do you recall that he called an emergency in Abuja 2 weeks ago? And when they finished that meeting, just 2 weeks or thereabout, he ordered that the National Day House, the grain should be released. It was a station, business station. We should leave the grain. And began to wonder, where are the grains brought by the federal government of Nigeria to be released to the people? Now again, you have the Sultan, the emir of the north, saying they cannot longer pacify their people. It was on news yesterday that the hunger is rife. There has been frustration in Niger State, in Kogi, in Kano. Now he called the governor yesterday again to tell Nigerians that Nigeria can see itself. Is the money he shares with the National Assembly or with the judiciary or with the state governors and the money that we can feed ourselves? Every day there's open every move that cannot be where a lot of moves. Even the river state. That's every of you. Have you had the government anything? Telling me we can feed ourselves? Why our shops and stores are filled with foreign imported goods? I think this is that I do. But I'm saying the clergy, the traditional institutions, they are closing their mouths. They are not talking because every Sunday they are sure it's closed. Good afternoon.
All right, Robin. Thank you. Chief from Enika.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for staying on the line. Go on, please.
All right. I would like to talk on the agriculture, where it's in Nigerian fields. There is a question I want to ask. Who are the people who have frustrated Nigerians in Greek? Situation preventing us from producing agriculturally. One is insecurity. Two is lack of implementation. Do you know that from Port Harcourt to Warri, you see other areas, the two sides of the road, we can talk and put in some agricultural in there. If you go in Europe, traveling the border between states, use farms. In those farms, we put wash towers back to the country against it, and people like cities spend this month. That you mobilizing of the military to end the insecurity. Secondly, the biogas industry has to be utilized. They should stop running around blame Nigeria for everything. They are not the cause, they are the problem. As I've said before, we don't have leaders in this country. We have rulers. That's what we have. Power. You know, in the name of United Kingdom, Rishi Sunak are able to reduce the price in the market. That means the inflation. There are strategies you can take on. This government did choose any factor. Just on education and power. He is producing. All people has been doing. It should be selecting ministers.
Okay, Katie, thanks for calling. Please do come back at 10. Chooks for Ruta. I just got to know today the bag of ordinary cement is 10,500 naira. The cost of goods and services isn't a matter of joke. This is poor Nigeria's life. Please also rest on thank you. Because green zero second and smelling over. Okay, back to my message again. Nigeria police extortion and herdsmen killing of our parents in their farmlands are rising cost of food country from saying that to who's the next? Oh, Real Gift. Well, hello, Real Gift, you're on.
Talk to you, my lady. Thank you very much. You know that when you tell your kids feel at home, and make that your picking to go spoil your neighbor remote control for your house. If the government is telling us they have to feed ourselves, how come we take fire to go import questions? If they tell us they have enough to us as Nigerians, how come we have to wait for this time when food prices, even though they limit on ordinary interviews? They don't put this house, not put our view. Think, lady, some people from the government, if people are doing this food stuff. For me, the government is not telling us this. Of to somebody was you, so I kill elephant push by himself, no argue. But if your neighbor says I got elephant go house, my lady ask him, what's happened? This is not the truth, and that's what the government is responsible. Thank you, lady.
You're up now. Go on.
Good
afternoon, I am Breed.
Thank you very much. If a work can be solved and be enjoyed, what federal government is the more you look, the less you see in history. The government came in to say they should open the warehouse and bring out all the reserve. As in terms of this has been reserved, and immediately the government again called for meeting and order the government, state government, to ensure that how they are going to create state police. Is that the state police that is the country problem, or to fix the economy of the country? See, they can bring back our industry in the old 36 states that people mechanized farming. That should give them one sum that there is no mechanized farm in farming like Nigeria. And continue to use the oil as a conflict. They are siphoned on the gold dollar to some big politicians. They spend on even in this country more than Naira. And I think vulnerable that's what is going to receive the leadership of this country without looking or sit down with the state executive council, federal executive council to look at the advantage before coming out and pronounce subsidy at all. And they are saving us about 400 billion in a month. And how much has this saved? And how much has gone out to this mental refineries as not work? I think it's a very serious area. People cannot keep enduring. People push the wall. You can the air that tell them that they cannot control their budget anymore. And if we get more this way, there will be an so the government should lead in the cabinet, they should hands up and withdraw immediately.
Okay, thank you, I am Bread. Hello, Tina from Court. Good afternoon.
Yes. Well, it tells me, listen to me now. Tina calling from Port Harcourt. It tells me to my mouth when I hear that the people that David, let them go and fish up in FCC. I say, is that big fish in FCC? Let them go after that. People. I'm not going to fish for them. That is so.
Okay. These tanker drivers can hold the federal government ransom and get away with it. The federal government is clueless to have left one of the most of our economy in the hands of tanker drivers. Shame, shame, shame. No need for food importation itself, federal government. Sometimes I think the people do these things to mock us. They are so far removed from reality. They don't care. Nigerians can feed themselves. So it's not Nigerians can feed themselves. It's Nigeria can feed itself. Alright, that's misconstrued. It's what's typed is not what the headline says. Not even what the minister said. Alright, he thinks Nigerians can feed themselves. Alright. Alright, so someone called in to say that the president ordered that all the grace to be released from the national reserves. That's not what the directive was. It wasn't that everything should be poured out and then we will be meat in our houses. No. He said grace should be released to ease the rising cost of food items. Alright, but he didn't say everything should be released. It's also, he actually mentioned the amount. He said about 102,000 what 102,000? Yes, 102. So over 100,000 metric tons of grains to be released from the nano reserves. About 42,000 and another grains. I think he also ordered the release of some 1,000 metric tons of rice. Okay, so I'm just telling this to correct the guy who said everything. It's not everything. 60 pounds of rice and about 42,000 tons of maize, millets, all of that together. You know how many or how much that they directed the Middle and Food Security to. Other than take now. Thank you so much for being part of the segment of the show. We have the news at 4 p.m. Join us to the news calendar.
Nigeria.